Petula Clark is renowned as one of the most popular British singers of all time. She found success in America even before the Beatles and has gone on to maintain her iconic status in the decades since. Today, at age 89, Petula has plenty of interesting stories to tell about her years in the industry. One of the most intriguing involves her and close friend Karen Carpenter being propositioned by Elvis Presley during the latter figure's physical prime. Join Factsverse as we explore how Petula Clark says she turned down a threesome with Elvis. Petula Clark is a legendary British singer that has had a decade-spanning career. She's been signed to notable record label Desert Island Discs on 3 separate occasions. She was first signed at age 18. This was in 1951, though she had already been working in the entertainment industry since early childhood. Petula had been through several phases of her career by the time she found success internationally thanks to her single Downtown. Many credit this song as being the first single of the British invasion. It became a #1 hit in America and proved more successful than the Beatles' debut. Though the Beatles would go on to define the movement of the British invasion, history will always show that Petula did it first. She got to work with numerous legends over the course of her early career, from Fred Astaire to Dean Martin. It's even been rumored that on one occasion, film star Steve McQueen confronted the singer at a restaurant and publicly confessed his love to her. Though everyone wanted to get a piece of Petula Clark, it seems there were many people who weren't able to. The singer has always been picky about who she's let into her personal life, which is arguably a big part of why she's remained so stable over the years. One figure Petula has lots of respect for is Harry Belafonte. The two appeared together on a TV special in the late 60s that was sponsored by Plymouth Motors, and the special became controversial as a result of a spontaneous show of affection that Petula displayed for her duet partner. Petula stirred the pot with Harry Belafonte in the 60s. While performing her duet with Belafonte, Petula felt so comfortable with the calypso singer, she ended up embracing him in a way that executives felt seemed a bit too familiar. She spontaneously took Harry's arm during the performance, and the executives in charge were aghast at the idea of a white woman touching a black man on television. The producers scrambled to find an angle they could use where it didn't look as if Petula and Harry were touching, and the whole debacle caused a controversy that Petula Clark herself found quite ridiculous. For the most part, Petula has stirred up little controversy in her career. She's been married to the same man since 1961, her manager Claude Wolfe. Wolfe came under fire after the incident involving Harry Belafonte due to how he acted about it publicly. Claude campaigned to have any footage showing his wife touching Belafonte completely destroyed, but the husband remains adamant that his insistence on having the footage destroyed came from the fact that Petula hadn't listened to his stage directions during the performance. According to Claude, he didn't understand the racial motivations of the controversy. In the late 60s, Petula was performing in Montreal when she caught the ire of the crowd as a result of a language-related faux pas. The incident devastated the singer, who always tried her best to be socially conscious. Thankfully, John Lennon and Yoko Ono were just around the corner partaking in their famous bed-in protest. Petula went to visit her fellow celebrities, and John had some advice for her that made her feel secure in her skin again. The incident also resulted in the recording of Give Peace a Chance. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Karen Carpenter was one of Petula's best friends. Though Petula Clark has brushed shoulders with such counterculture luminaries as John Lennon, she's always been much more a part of the mainstream. Still, the fact that she's commanded respect from such a wide range of artists is truly something. Though John Lennon helped her out of her Montreal jam, Petula wasn't nearly as close with the Beatles singer as she was with Karen Carpenter. Before Karen's tragic passing, the Carpenter singer was one of Petula's best friends. They spent plenty of time together, and there was one moment in particular that Petula has reminisced about a great deal. This moment involved Elvis Presley and has become one of the most infamous Presley tales out there. According to Petula Clark, she first met Karen Carpenter in the late 60s. They attended a film premiere together, and the film in question was 1969's Goodbye, Mr. Chips. Petula starred in the film alongside screen legend Peter O'Toole, while Karen had been hired on to sing the motion picture's theme song. At the time, Karen was a relative unknown, and the Carpenters had not yet been signed to a record label. The Carpenters performed at the after-party, and Petula pointed the band out to fellow after-party attendee Herb Alpert during the performance. Herb went on to sign the group to his record label, A&M Records. Because of this, Petula can be credited with helping the Carpenters get their big record contract. According to Petula, she and Karen attended a performance of Elvis's, after which they were called to the singer's dressing room. At the time, Elvis was in his physical prime. At least that's the way Petula herself has put it. Still, she ended up turning down the offer to take part with Elvis and Karen in a threesome. Petula claims that Elvis wasted no time in communicating to her and Karen what he wanted, and she also claims Karen wasn't as quick to turn down his advances as she was. Petula says she had to be the one to put her foot down and get Karen out of there. Otherwise, Elvis might have gotten his way. Petula claims Elvis never got with her. The way Petula Clark puts it, Elvis Presley gave her a look as she was leaving the room that communicated to her that the singer was going to get her one way or the other. Before his death in 1977, Elvis liked to spread rumors that he'd hooked up with Petula, though the singer claims to this day there's no truth in any of the stories. According to her, she simply wasn't attracted to him. Petula feels she saved Karen during the whole debacle, as Karen was too innocent to defend herself. Karen Carpenter ended up dying from complications related to anorexia in 1983, and Petula dedicated her subsequent performances to her longtime friends. Petula has certainly seen plenty of tragedy befall those close to her over the years, but she's managed to live a fairly stable life herself. It seems Petula has learned what not to do by brushing shoulders with so many stars who experienced tragic downfalls. The fact that she's remained free from legitimate controversy over the years is made all the more remarkable when you take into consideration she got into showbiz as a child. She was first discovered via the BBC at age 9 and subsequently became a reliable performer in Britain. For a time, she was considered the country's answer to Shirley Temple, but it was her work in the world of pop music that defines her. She was pushed into acting as a result of her father, who was also an actor. As an adult, she broke out from under his grasp and managed to find success her own way as a singer. Now it's time to hear from you. Which part of the story was most surprising to hear about? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Factsverse as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Factsverse, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers.